right, so let's dive into something, that might just totally change your mornings and maybe even your whole day.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the power of a simple morning walk. You might be thinking to yourself, yeah, walking is good for you. We all know that.
Right.
But we're going way deeper than that today.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's actually amazing how much science is out there that backs up this idea that a morning walk can be like a total game changer.
Okay.
For both your body and your mind.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about, these vague ideas about like feeling better or whatever, but we're talking about specific measurable benefits. So we dug into this podcast episode from Real Life English.
Okay.
Called 10 Benefits of Walking in the Morning. And
catchy title.
It is catchy, right?
Yeah.
And it's seriously packed with fascinating insights. So are you ready to have your whole morning routine like totally revolutionized?
I think so. Let's start with something that I think we can all relate to. And that is, that sluggish feeling you get when you first wake up?
Oh, yeah, it's the worst.
Most of us just like reach for the coffee pot.
Totally.
But what if a walk could give you like a more natural and even like a longer lasting energy boost?
Okay, now I'm intrigued because there are definitely mornings where even coffee doesn't do it for me.
Right.
So tell me more about this walking energy boost.
So think about it this way. When you walk, your heart rate increases, right?
Makes sense.
And that pumps all this oxygen-rich blood throughout your body, including your brain.
Oh.
And more oxygen equals more fuel for your cells.
Okay.
So you end up feeling more alert and more energized.
So it's like giving your whole system like a jump start.
Exactly.
Not just relying on that caffeine jolt.
Right.
But what about those days where you need like a mood boost too? Can walking help with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Walking releases endorphins, which are like natural mood boosters.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
And it's that same feeling that you get, after a good workout.
Yeah.
That sense of like euphoria and well-being.
So it's like a natural antidepressant then?
You could say that.
Like, sign me up.
Yeah, right.
But beyond the immediate energy and the mood lift,
yeah.
What about the long-term benefits? I know this podcast episode that we were looking at mentioned something about heart health, right?
Yes, and this is where things get really interesting. The American Heart Association found that just 30 minutes of daily walking can like significantly reduce your risk of heart disease.
Really?
Yeah, we're talking like a 19% reduction.
Wow, that's huge.
It's huge. Yeah. 19% just from walking.
That's a pretty compelling reason to get moving.
It is.
So what's going on in our bodies that makes walking so good for our hearts?
Well, walking is a form of cardio.
Right.
Which strengthens your heart muscle and improves your blood flow. And unlike some of those like high impact exercises, it's gentle on your joints.
Okay.
So you can actually do it consistently without like putting too much stress on your body.
So it's a sustainable way to improve your heart health.
Yeah.
No matter your fitness level. I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it also helps with something that a lot of people struggle with, and that is weight management.
You guessed right. Walking burns calories.
Okay.
And when you combine that with a healthy diet, it can definitely contribute to weight loss.
Yeah.
Or at least help you maintain a healthy weight.
Okay.
Of course, the number of calories you burn depends on, things like your pace and your body weight.
Right.
But a brisk 30-minute walk could burn around 150 to 200 calories.
That's not bad for a simple walk.
Not bad.
The Real Life English podcast also touched on something called fasted cardio, which is basically walking on an empty stomach.
Right.
Do you think there's any truth to that idea that it helps you burn more fat?
It's an interesting concept. And some research does suggest that exercising in a fasted state might encourage your body to use like stored fat for energy. However, it's still kind of a gray area.
Yeah.
And it's always best to talk to your doctor before making any drastic changes to your exercise routine, especially if you have any underlying health conditions.
That's a good reminder.
Yeah.
Always listen to your body and consult with a healthcare professional.
Right.
But shifting gears a bit, let's talk about how walking impacts our muscles and bones. Seems like such a gentle activity.
Yeah.
So does it really make a difference in those areas?
You might be surprised by how much it does. Walking, especially on different terrains, engages a variety of muscle groups, particularly in your legs, your hips, and your core. It's like a sneaky full body workout.
So I'm not just getting my steps in.
Yep.
I'm actually building strength too.
You are.
That's a bonus. And what about bone health?
Yeah.
I know that's so important as we age.
Absolutely. Walking is a weight-bearing exercise,
Oh.
meaning it puts stress on your bones,
Uh-huh.
which actually stimulates them to become stronger and denser.
Wow.
And this is crucial for preventing osteoporosis
Right.
and keeping your bones healthy as you get older.
It's amazing how this one simple activity like walking can have so many far-reaching benefits.
It is.
But let's move beyond the physical for a second.
Okay.
What about the mental and emotional benefits?
Yeah.
I'm especially curious about that mood boosting aspect we were talking about.
Uh-huh.
We all need a little more happiness in our lives.
We do. You're right. Walking is a fantastic way to boost your mood and reduce stress.
Yeah.
We already talked about endorphins.
Right.
But walking also increases serotonin,
Okay.
which is another neurotransmitter that plays a key role in regulating mood, sleep, and appetite.
So it's like a double whammy of happiness hormones.
It is.
And it's not just the chemicals, right? There's something about being outside
Yes.
in the fresh air
Yeah.
that just seems to lift your spirits.
You hit the nail on the head. Being in nature, even for a short walk, has been proven to reduce stress, improve focus, and even spark creativity.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I always feel more relaxed and clear-headed after spending time outdoors.
Yeah.
It's like you're hitting the reset button on your mind.
Totally.
And speaking of mental clarity, the Real Life English podcast also highlighted how walking can actually improve your focus and cognitive function. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Of course. Remember how we were talking about how walking increases blood flow?
Uh-huh.
Well, that increased blood flow also benefits your brain.
Okay.
It delivers all that oxygen and nutrients to your brain cells,
Okay.
which can enhance cognitive function, improve memory, and even help you process information more efficiently.
So if I'm feeling mentally foggy, a walk could actually help me sharpen my focus
It could.
and think more clearly.
Exactly.
That's pretty incredible.
It's like giving your brain a mini workout,
Hmm.
and the benefits can last for hours afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is fascinating how it's all interconnected.
Yeah.
And we haven't even touched on all the benefits yet.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
Okay.
For example, did you know that walking can actually strengthen your immune system?
Wait, really? I always associate exercise with like tiring yourself out,
Right.
which I think would make you more susceptible to getting sick, not less.
Yeah, it seems counterintuitive, but moderate exercise like walking actually boosts your immune system
Okay.
by increasing the production of white blood cells,
Right.
which are your body's defense against infections.
So by taking a walk, I'm essentially giving my immune system a workout too.
Exactly. It's like sending in reinforcements to fight off those nasty bugs.
Okay.
And studies have shown that people who walk regularly tend to get sick less often
All right.
and recover faster when they do.
Okay. I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah,
Walking seems to have like a positive ripple effect
it does.
on pretty much every aspect of our well-being.
Pretty much.
But this next one really caught me off guard.
Okay.
The Real Life English episode mentioned that walking can even improve digestion. How does that work?
Well, think about what happens when you walk. You're engaging your core muscles, right?
Yeah.
And that movement helps to stimulate your digestive system. It's like giving your gut a gentle massage,
Okay.
which can help food move through your intestines more efficiently.
So instead of reaching for that after-dinner antacid,
Right.
maybe I should just lace up my shoes and go for a walk.
Exactly. Walking can help prevent constipation, reduce bloating, and just generally improve your gut health.
Interesting.
Plus, remember how we were talking about how walking reduces stress?
Yeah.
Well, stress can really wreak havoc on your digestion.
Oh, that's true.
So by lowering your stress levels, you're indirectly improving your gut health as well.
It's all connected.
It is.
I love how this deep dive is revealing all these like unexpected links
Yeah,
between something as simple as walking
right.
and our overall well-being.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
And let's not forget, like, the most obvious benefit of all.
Okay, what's that?
The joy of being outdoors.
Right.
Walking gives you a chance to connect with nature, breathe fresh air, and soak up some vitamin D from the sun.
The Real Life English episode ended on like a really beautiful note about this very thing.
Uh-huh.
How connecting with nature through walking can be incredibly restorative.
It's true. Studies have shown that spending time in nature can reduce stress, improve mood, and even boost creativity.
Yeah.
There's something about being surrounded by trees, greenery, fresh air
Yeah.
that just has a calming effect on our minds and bodies.
It's like hitting the pause button
Yes.
on the chaos of everyday life
Exactly.
and allowing yourself to just be present in the moment.
Precisely. And let's be honest, who doesn't love the feeling of the sun on their face or the sound of birds singing in the morning?
Oh, it's so nice.
It's a beautiful way to start the day.
I couldn't agree more.
Uh,
This deep dive has been incredibly eye-opening. And I have to say, I'm feeling inspired to prioritize my morning walks even more.
I am too.
It's amazing how something so simple
Yeah.
can have such a profound impact on our lives.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a magic pill, but it certainly comes close.
Right.
And the beauty of it is that it's accessible to almost everyone.
Yeah.
You don't need any special equipment or expensive gym memberships or even a lot of time.
Right.
Just 20 or 30 minutes each morning can make a world of difference.
So if our listener is convinced and ready to start incorporating morning walks into their routine, what advice would you give them?
It's a great question. I think the most important thing is to start small
Okay.
and be consistent.
Yeah.
You don't need to go for an hour-long hike on your first day.
Right.
Just start with a 10 or 15-minute walk around your neighborhood
Okay.
and gradually increase the duration and intensity as you feel more comfortable.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's about building a sustainable habit, not overwhelming yourself with unrealistic goals.
Exactly.
Any other tips for making the most of a morning walk?
Absolutely. First, find a time that works best for you
Okay.
and stick to it,
Huh.
whether it's right when you wake up or after you've had your coffee.
Yeah.
Make it like a non-negotiable part of your morning routine.
I like that. Treat it like an important appointment with yourself.
Exactly.
And what about location?
Yeah.
Does it matter where you walk?
I'd recommend finding a place that you enjoy and that feels safe and accessible.
Okay.
Whether it's a park, a walking trail, or just around your neighborhood, the key is to find a setting that inspires you to get moving.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
You want your morning walk to be something you look forward to, not dread.
Exactly. And if you can try to incorporate some variety into your walks,
Okay.
explore different routes, change up the pace, and even consider inviting a friend or family member to join you.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Walking with a friend can make it more enjoyable and keep you accountable.
Right. It's all about finding what works best for you and making it a sustainable part of your life. Because the benefits of a morning walk, as we've discovered today, are truly remarkable.
They really are. And before we wrap up, I have one final question for our listener. We've talked about all these amazing benefits, increased energy and focus, and improved heart health and immunity. But what about you? What, really resonates with you the most?
Right.
What would be your biggest motivation to get out there and do it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is it the promise of, feeling more energized and productive throughout the day? Or
Yeah.
maybe it's the peace of mind knowing that you're taking steps to protect your heart.
Right.
Or maybe it's just the simple joy
Yeah.
of starting your day connected to nature.
I think it's really about finding that personal hook,
Yeah,
that thing that speaks to your individual goals
absolutely.
and your aspirations.
Mm.
Because, when you're motivated by something that truly matters to you,
Yeah,
it's a lot easier to make that commitment
right.
and stick with it.
And once you actually experience those benefits,
Yeah.
it becomes less about willpower.
Right.
More about just enjoying a positive
Eat.
and rewarding part of your routine.
I love that.
Yeah.
This deep dive has been a real eye-opener for me.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm feeling really inspired
Me too.
to prioritize my morning walks even more.
Yeah.
It's amazing how something so simple
I know.
can have such a profound impact on our lives.
It is. It's a good reminder that, sometimes the most effective solutions
Yeah.
are often the most accessible ones.
Right.
We don't always need these complicated routines or fancy gadgets
Yeah.
to improve our well-being. Sometimes all we need is a good pair of shoes
So
and
good.
a little motivation.
And maybe a beautiful sunrise to greet you along the way.
There you go.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive
Thank
into
you.
the power of morning walks.
Yeah.
We hope you're feeling as energized and inspired as we are
Yes.
to get out there and experience the magic for yourselves.
Let's see walk.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive into a topic that just might change your life.